Hi, everyone. Welcome back to The Leadership Effect. I'm Amy Gray. So, I've got a question for you. How often do you or your team move too quickly into solution mode on a problem without pausing to understand if you're actually working on the right issue? Well, today I wanted to dive into a simple yet powerful tool for problem solving. It's called the 5 Whys technique. This straightforward method was originally developed by the Japanese inventor and founder of Toyota Industries, and it became a very popular tool in the 1970s. And in fact, Toyota still uses it today to solve problems. The approach and the tool helps you uncover the root causes of issues. Now, I will note that while it's effective for many problems, it does have its limitations, and we'll get to those as well in this video. So let's explore how you can use the 5 Whys as a leader and when you might need a broader approach. So at its core, the 5 Whys technique is about moving past surface level symptoms to understand the real cause of a problem. And here's how it works. So when a problem arises, you pause and stop to ask why repeatedly, typically 5 times, until you arrive at the root cause. So let's use an example to bring this to life. Imagine a sales team is consistently missing their monthly targets. So instead of just focusing on fixing the symptom, sales, you dig a little deeper. Let's say the leader applies the 5 Whys. The leader would begin by asking, so why are we missing our sales targets? And the team members might reply, well, our customer base is shrinking. The leader then asks, so why is our customer base shrinking? The team member might reply, well, we've had an increase in customer complaints. And the leader would say, and why have customer complaints increased? Well, deliveries have been consistently late. And this is where the leader might ask, and why are deliveries late? The team member replies, our supplier has been quite unreliable lately. And finally, the leader might ask, why is our supplier unreliable? And the team might identify, well, we've been placing last-minute orders due to poor inventory management. So you can see with this example, by asking why 5 times, the leader uncovers that potentially the real issue isn't sales techniques or even customer relationships. It's perhaps poor inventory management. Addressing this root cause leads to a much more sustainable solution. It's a great approach for tackling well-defined linear problems. But here's the thing you have to be aware of. Not all problems are this straightforward. Here's where the 5 Whys has its limits. You see, it's a reductive approach to problem solving. So while it's excellent for finding a specific root cause in systems or processes, it doesn't always address complex or wicked problems. Now, wicked problems like organizational cultural shifts or systemic inequalities or events like COVID often have multiple causes and have interconnected factors. So the 5 Whys might reveal part of the issue, but it won't capture the bigger picture. And sometimes the root cause you identify might just be one of many contributing factors. So when should you use the 5 Whys? Well, here are some guidelines to consider. 1, use it for linear problems. It works best for process or operational issues like delivery delays or missed deadlines. Supplement it for wicked problems. For complex issues, pair the 5 Whys with other methods like systems thinking or brainstorming with your team to explore multiple perspectives. Test assumptions. Sometimes the root cause you find isn't the only cause, so ensure you keep an open mind. Now let's talk about using the 5 Whys with your team. And this is when I want to make sure that one of the most important things you remember is your emotional state as a leader sets the tone for the conversation. Curiosity unlocks dialogue, but defensiveness shuts it down. And here is an important nuance. When you use this tool with an individual or team, asking someone why repeatedly can sometimes feel blaming or confrontational, even if that's not your intent. Just have a think about it. Why can come across as pointy, like you're putting someone on the spot. And when people feel defensive, the conversation shuts down quite quickly. So how do we get to the root cause without making it feel like an interrogation? It's all about rephrasing the question to keep the tone collaborative and curious. So here's some examples. Instead of saying, "Why did this happen?" try these instead. "Can you walk me through what happened?" This opens up the conversation without judgment. It also allows the other person to reflect and explain the sequence of events in their own words. What do you think contributed to this? This phrasing shifts the focus to a shared understanding of the issue, and it encourages more collaborative thinking. Perhaps you could use, "What made this more challenging than expected?" This is a great way to uncover systemic or external factors without making it feel personal. What do you think we could do differently next time? So this question helps move the conversation towards solutions while still uncovering the root causes. So we've talked about the emotional state of curiosity, and we've also unpacked another option to using why at the beginning of your questions with team members. Here are 4 principles to help guide your approach when using this tool. Focus on systems, not blame. So you want to keep the discussion about the processes and systems, not about people. So here's an example. Instead of asking, "Why did you miss the deadline?" you could say, "What do you think contributed to the delay?" With this subtle shift, you're removing judgment and keeping the focus on problem solving. The second is collaborate. Ensure you involve the people that are closest to the problem, as they'll have the insights you might not see from your perspective. Collaboration not only deepens understanding, but it builds trust and ownership of the solution. Go beyond 5 if needed. 5 is a guideline, not a hard rule. Some problems you encounter might only require 3 layers of questioning. Others might actually take 7, 8, or 9. The point is to dig until you reach a clear, actionable root cause. Next, reflect on the big picture. After identifying the root cause, zoom out and ask, does this align with other factors in the system? Are there external influences we haven't even considered when we've asked these questions? This step ensures you're not solving in isolation. As leaders, our goal is to get to the heart of the problem, but we have to do it in a way that fosters trust and openness. Reframing why questions with curiosity and care not only helps us uncover the root cause, but it also strengthens our relationships with our team. So combine these principles with the 5 why techniques, and I promise you'll not only uncover the root cause, but you're also going to build trust, accountability, and more resilience within your team. So here's my challenge to you. Think about a problem you're currently facing. Why not use the 5 whys with your team? And let me know in the comments how it worked. And for more actionable insights, frameworks, and tools like this, perhaps check out my article on the 5 whys on my website. You'll find a link in my bio. And if you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell as we drop new videos on tools, frameworks, and actionable insights every week.